So I can't really do much sailing instruction right now. The boats are all faced different ways at the moorings, which means the winds are so light that they haven't really even been a consistent direction. But typically, you'd be facing directly into the wind, get your sail cover off, and you'd want to keep your second person here, keeping you face directly into the wind. And then one would go up, and then the green line is your main halyard. And when you do that, you come up, and you got to feed these individual slugs into the upper half of the track as you pull it up. You can't just pull it straight forward, unfortunately. And then once you do that and get it tied off a little bit, you can tie it partially and then kind of lean back here to yank it and get a little extra torque, and then take the extra slack, put it down into that knot. But yeah, if you're having trouble doing that, you can leave for short periods of time. It'll hold a pretty consistent heading. And then once you do have a sail up, your topping lift right here, you can release this quite a bit. You see it's wrapped a few times, and that'll allow more tension to come into the back of the sail. I just have it up right now so that way you have more headspace in the cockpit. And then obviously this is not quite how you do it because I'm just kind of rushing between these things, but keep your furthering line relatively organized. You'll be able to come in and out with the jib pretty easily. One of my favorite things is just to motor out of the cove, and then with just the jib, you can go pretty much everywhere except into the wind. So if you're just going across the wind, if you're going downwind, don't mess with the main, just pull up the jib. It's nice and calm. You can put it away in 2 seconds, so much less effort than using the main. But if you're going into the wind, you will need the main, both for the extra force and then to balance, because all of your pressure, your center of pressure will be way forward with the jib and it won't want to go upwind. And if you ever need to use the autopilot, I showed where the autopilot was, but as an attachment you need, it's right here. Basically, the autopilot will rest on this little prong. This goes on here, back to these lines, not to these lines specifically, but until it gets snug. And then the autopilot connects, the butt has a little bolt that goes into this part, and then the front has to rotate down and onto that. And then if you ever need to pull it off in a hurry, pull it up and rotate, and it'll come off of this, and then you can just get your tiller back. And to shut off the engine when you need to, you just pull the choke lever all the way back